Hey everybody, my name's Terry Guthrie, and I'd like to give you a little bit of history. I married really young. I had a beautiful wife. She was smart, she was funny, and she was lovely. And I loved her. She was everything that I'd ever dreamed of. Problem was, I was damaged goods. I never had a father and only a part-time mother. So I had no idea what was involved in having a successful relationship. If I had learned to communicate better with her, she would probably still be with me today. Now, as I'm old, and hindsight being 2020, I look back and I can see what the problem was in our relationship. We just failed to communicate. Okay, I'd like to talk to you today about communication. We can all agree that communication is important. It's what separates us from the animals, right? The ability to communicate made us who and what we are today. But do you know what the most important aspect of communication is? You might think it's how well we articulate our words or how complete our sentence structure is, but these assumptions would be wrong. The most important aspect of communication is actively listening. It is one half of the equation to successful communication. I mean, think about it. It is really hard to communicate with someone who isn't actively listening. Now, I will tell you why this is important. If you fail to actively listen to someone, it means that your attention is not wholly on the person who is doing the talking. And the odds are you will come away with a misunderstanding. Most of us like to talk, even when it's not our turn, even when it's our turn to listen. We interrupt, we fidget, we stare off into space. We don't actively listen to the person we are having a conversation with. Everyone does it. To be an active listener takes practice. You must pay attention to the other person's body language, what they say, and how they say it. If you practice this approach, you will come away with a better understanding of what was said. Now, let me show you my little visual aid here. Talking and active listening equal communication. So being an active listener is part of being a good leader. It can be learned. However, it does not come naturally to us because we are instinctively I-orientated. We all want to talk, but few of us want to listen. Now understand there is a difference between listening and actively listening. When you listen to someone, you're not really giving that person your whole attention. For example, if you and your wife were driving down the road, she was talking, you're driving, do you think that you're actually giving her your full attention? No, because your attention is split between the road and her. Most people cannot multitask that way. I'm one of them. So you will probably forget what she said an hour later. However, if you are actively listening to her and what she is saying and how she is saying it and focusing on her body language, if it's important to her, you will understand that if you are actively listening. Y'all have a good day. Bye.